Look at what we've got, dude. It is the new Sakura D5. So the brand new drift car coming out from 3Racing. You know we've been doing the drifting thing with our MST RMX 2.0S. We've had the ready to run MST. We've driven some other people's Yokomos. This is the brand new thing on the block. And the really special thing about this one is Sakura has, in 3Racing and Sakura, have always been kind of the cheap entrant. And so this chassis kit, everything in this box with the instructions, everything in this box, $100 to my door. All right, and so really this is the entry into how cheap can you really get into RC drift. Now I'm going to build this at first. I'm going to run it with all the electronics that came out of that's going to come out of my MST. Then we're also going to do a really budget build on this and see how cheaply we can do it also. So follow along as we build this up. Now in this assembly process, let me be clear, I'm not going to give you every detail, every step-by-step. The instructions appear to be really good. There's other people on YouTube that are going to give you all that. You don't really need all that from me in every little build detail. I'm going to stop and highlight a few things along the way that I think maybe you need to take careful precaution with, or things that I noticed that I think are unique or cool. One of the things that starts this all off is they actually give you a whole host of tools. Check these tools out. So there's a pair of pliers that you actually have to assemble first, which is kind of fun. And then these are all different turnbuckle wrenches, nut wrenches, that kind of stuff. But they come with a kit, so you have this all already just out of the box. Pretty fun, just in case you didn't have some of that stuff. Made out of the plastic. Is it going to last forever? No, but hey, it gets us started. Let's get building this car. So I find this super interesting. This is the control arms, rear control arms, and you'll notice they are hollow. So it's actually a rear piece, a outside piece, or sorry, inside piece, outside piece, and then two pieces that sandwich them together. Is that really lighter weight or stronger than a just solid plastic control arm? I don't know. I had to assemble them. It's not bad, but yeah, that's an interesting little design concept there. So this whole front steering assembly, I don't fully get. There is a lot of very small screws. There's a lot of very small parts. There's a lot of things that are just barely held in, like these nuts on the bottom of this whole wiper assembly. They all look like, man, if it just gets a little bit off, it's going to cause slop. It's going to cause, I don't know, potentially loosen up on you. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe these people know a whole lot more about what they're doing than I do, but it's interesting. Now it's time for the servo for this fun build. So we are going to go with the RWD RC drift spec servo and the USB programmer for it. So at this point we're just going to be putting it in. We'll do a whole separate video on the USB programming and the different features on it. This is about to go in there. So very important thing to note here, I'm not going to be using the RWD servo as it turns out. The RWD servo is the standard 40 by 20, but it's actually, even though it's a low profile servo, it's actually 30 millimeters tall from top to bottom. The problem is how, with the low profile nature of this servo, it gives you a 5 millimeter spacer. It's not enough. Can you see that in there? It's not enough. There's still a gap by about 2 to 3 millimeters, something like that. Okay, so to the rescue comes an old worn out Savox servo. It actually has play in the gears, which is not going to be good, but it's going to get me up and running. I have a new gear kit coming for it so I can rebuild it. So we're working on it, but this will at least get us started, and we'll have to figure out longer term what a better servo solution is for us. first drive. Oh.
Looks good.
It does the drifting.
That's a little faster.
It feels like it might be slightly faster. But who knows what the tire compound is. Okay, first impressions after driving the car. There's some tuning, of course, that needs to be done. As you would expect with any vehicle like this, some tuning needs to be done. But it drifts pretty easy right out of the box. Part of that is the electronics and everything that I put in it. These are known quantities that I've used in my MST RMX. And so putting them in here, everything feels very familiar. The rear motor setup, you can definitely feel that weight. The front end is a little too stiffly sprung. It's all the way at full height no matter what you do. It really needs some softer springs in it. You know, there's a lot of little tweaks like this that I think that can be done to this car. But you know, for a chassis that's only $100 or even less, depending on where you buy it, it's pretty decent. You know, the building process itself was not great. There is some things in the instructions that make it really kind of head scratchers. But now that it's all together, driving it, it's not so bad. So we're gonna play with this a little bit. We're gonna probably do some tweaking with it. Definitely be on the lookout for more videos with this coming soon. Might try to put a whole different electronic setup in here to see how cheaply can somebody build one of these. That I think might be interesting. We gotta fit a body to it. We got a couple choices. I'll show you those pictures. Tell me down below in the comments, which body do you think I should be running? Anyway, let me know. What do you want to know about this car? This is brand new to the market, Sakura D5S. What do you want to know about it? Is there anything that you'd like to see specifically about it as we go forward? I'm happy to help make those videos. In the meantime, come over here, check out some of the other drifting videos, some of the other how-to videos and things like that that we have going on, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.